What is going on, fellas, and welcome to the first episode of the Journeyman, where we have a slight twist on it. So we're going to do a little bit of an intro to the rules, because there is some rules for this save, as there is every year that I do saves. There's some sort of stipulation, if you will. I have to do certain things for the save to be considered actual. Doesn't really make sense, but that's what we're going with. So we're going to show you the nations and leagues that are loaded for this save, which it's a big one. It's quite a big one. It is a proper, almost worldwide journeyman. I don't have any African nations loaded. So we might do an African save, because I haven't managed an Africa in a long time. But a lot of the countries are countries I have never managed in, or it's been a long time since I've managed in. So we're going to have a look at that, and then we're going to see, can we acquire ourselves a job, hopefully get it done quickly, because I wouldn't mind getting a job soon. I don't want to be ending season 1 still jobless. But we're going to jump into the episode. So if you do want to enjoy the episode and the series, which should be an interesting one, it's always interesting, it's always fantastic, everyone loves to watch the Journeyman because it's amazing. So if you do want to enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe. Now let's find out who we've loaded. So with the Journeyman series, I normally do like a director of football, which this is going to be the same. It is going to be a director of football save again, but we're going to, so that means I can't make any transfers, I can't offer for players, I can't add the players a transfer target. I can ask my director of football about players and I can scout them, but I can't put an offer in for them or get someone to offer for them. So it's just the director of football that is going to be out there bringing players in. My chief scout is going to be doing all the scouting. I am going to be partaking in none of it. The staff is going to be signed by a technical director. If we don't have a technical director, then the director of football will do it. If a club we join doesn't have a director of football, though, I will be allowed bring in a director of football, but only if they apply for the position. If nobody applies for the position, I will let my chairman or whoever decide who's going to be a director of football, but I won't be doing any signings. I'll be partaking in the only contract negotiations I will be dealing with are for myself. Our loan manager is going to be the ones deciding for loans, and the youth intake is going to be signed by any player that comes through youth intake, I should say, will be signed by my head of youth development or the director of football. I think I used to set it to head of youth development, but the director of football would still sign them. So we leave it up to staff. I'm not going to be partaking in it. It's not going to be something I'm going to be doing. But these are the leagues that we have loaded, and I've already had a quick browse through the job centre just to get rid of any international jobs, because believe me, there is a lot of international jobs available. Don't really want to do an international job straight away. That is something I would consider doing at some point. But if that happens, we will talk about the rules for that. So that gets a little bit spicy. So as it is right now, we have Argentina, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, China, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, Finland, France, Germany, Hungary, the Republic of Ireland, my home nation, hand bison green, Italy, Latvia, Mexico, Netherlands, Northern Ireland, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Scotland, Korea, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey, and Ukraine. So I picked some of these nations because they'd be like our ultimate goals, like trying to get to like England, Germany, France, Italy, Spain. That'd be kind of the ideal one. Belgium, because I enjoy managing in Belgium because it's a lot of fun. Argentina and Brazil, because they're two big South American countries. Other nations, like Hungary is a nation I manage in probably every year. I've done a save for the last 3 FMs in Hungary. Ireland, because I'm Irish. But I put in like Czech Republic and Croatia, Finland, because I've either like not managed there. I think I've never managed in Finland. It's been a long time since I managed in Czech Republic, and same with Croatia. I've never managed in Latvia, so that's interesting. Northern Ireland, another country I've not managed in a huge amount. Norway, Romania is another one. I've not managed there a huge amount, so wouldn't mind getting an old position in there. Turkey is the same. Switzerland. I've not mentioned Korea for a long time, and Ukraine as well. So we've looked at those. That's all the leagues. So it's basically in vanilla game, whatever the lowest league you can play in for all these countries have been put in. I didn't put the USA and Australia in, even though I did consider it, because they have like insane rules for like how much you can spend on wages and stuff, and it's just it hurts my brain. So Australia, because of that, is out, and the MLS. I managed in Australia once in a Journeyman a couple of years ago, and I think at one point I got to 6 first team players because the director of football was bringing in insane players on insane wages, and we were having to like release half the squad when they arrived. So I'm not doing it anymore. That's just, it's not for me. No, thank you. But like I said, job center, we have quite a, it's not a huge amount of jobs, but there is plenty of jobs here. So we're gonna have a look through and see what we are going to apply for, because I would imagine like who's Rostov probably won't want to take us on. Bran probably won't want to take us. Riga would imagine don't want to take us on, but like Siena potentially, Curzon Ashton maybe, Newcastle definitely not. No, I don't think Newcastle are going to want to take us on. Guangzhou Evergrande, don't think they're going to be taking us in. Neither will Henan. Ansan, not 100% sure. That's like the second division, so there's a potential opportunity there. But there is, like, I would imagine we're going to be looking at like Limavady United, potentially Siena, Curzon Ashton. Like I managed Siena back when they were in Serie A, so I wouldn't mind that. So some of these Turkish teams, maybe, be interesting. Kreins in Switzerland. Like ideally, I'd go to like a bunch of these countries I've not managed to in a long time. Like I'd love to have a go at managing in Latvia, but I imagine Riga probably a little bit. Yeah, like reputation is 2-star. Our reputation is half a star. I'm also using the Renzi skin because obviously Renzi skin is the best one. But yeah, coaching and mental, we are pretty trash. So we're gonna have a look through. I'm gonna have a look through myself. Just I don't want to bore you with me sitting here going through all these teams and seeing, what's available, and who I could potentially apply for. So we will be back in. There's a team called Middlefart. Might have to apply for that. But I'll bring you back in a second when we have gone through all the different teams that are available. We'll just see who comes back and considers me for their position. And I imagine it's going to be one of like these 4 teams, but I'm going to throw my name in for a bunch of other teams and see what happens. Like Middlefart. I really want to manage Middlefart. That sounds... So we do have our first job interview in FM22, and unfortunately it is not with Middlefart. You can't apply for this job, which is quite disappointing because it is actually Obiodense B team. It's their second team, which is not fantastic. So we're not allowed to take control of them. But we do have a job interview with Limavady United, who are expected to finish 5th in their league. So that's the 3rd division. Yeah, 3rd division. Can you not get relegated from this? Can't get relegated. That is fantastic news. So if we do take the job, we don't have to worry about getting sacked. But we're going to attend the interview, and I'm going to bring you along with me because why not? Can you explain where you're? No, I'm not going to withdraw from any of the other ones because there's a club in, I think it's Norway. I'm just going to say exploring my options. There's a club in Norway that I'm favourite for their job, and I wouldn't mind actually managing in Norway. It's been a long time. We parted company with our last manager much sooner than anybody would have anticipated. Can you offer assurances that we won't be in for a repeat of that. Everybody's a win today, and that's my motto. Perfect. Do you have any thoughts on the club's long-term vision? This could definitely do it being bigger. They want a top half finish, Irish Cup 5th round, 4th round, 2nd round of the Irish League Cup. Fair enough. Win promotion next season. That is next season. Yeah. Just kind of continue doing that forever. Sounds good. We're targeting a top half finish. Is that something you think is attainable, or can you take us even further? No, top half. We would a proposed wage budget of £665 a week be suitable should you get the job? Yeah. Do you have anything to request? Normally get told to do one. I believe you're sufficiently qualified to manage your club with no coaching badges. Okay, that's fine. Nothing I can think of. That's perfect. So, left our first job interview, job security. So, I'm like, hey, do you wanna take over at Sao Paulo? Because as if they're gonna take me on. Nothing for me. Nothing for me for the time being. We have had a couple of jobs we've applied for that have turned. I've just instantly got like rebutted. Like Botafogo, Ansan, and Karabachi all turned around and went, "No, you're grand, mate. We've already appointed our new manager." But as you can see, we've applied for quite a number of clubs, all kind of half a star to like 2 stars. But like I said, we are favourites for one of them. If you go to here, Sandnes in Norway, they're already in their season. We haven't had an interview with them yet, but I quite like the look of this one. They're expected to finish, I think it was 5th or the 7th. Okay, so they're expected to finish 7th. They're currently sitting in 7th, but the media are expecting them to finish 5th. So, okay. But we are favourites for that position. Just interviewed for the Limavady job. We're not favourites for that one. Interesting. A couple more jobs have appeared. Cardiff, if we go to Championship, Cardiff have appointed Eddie Howe as their manager. That's quite the coup for Cardiff, I would say. But we're going to jump forward again. If I get another interview, I'll let you know. But I'm not going to worry too much about it right now because, like I said, a bunch of random clubs like Siena said, no thank you. Like almost instantly. Siena were like, no, you're grand, thanks. Curzon Ashton haven't gotten back to us yet, which is a position I was kind of expecting. But I would imagine like the Northern Ireland job, probably quite high on their theirs. I wouldn't really lean in towards this Norwegian side. But we'll have to wait and see. That's the first job interview that we've done in FM22. And it was actually quite interesting. I'm really considering applying for Newcastle and just being like, fuck it. We'll see what happens. But probably won't bother. Right, fellas. So as you can imagine, because I said that I wanted that job in Norway, and I was favoured for it, according to, I was the leading candidate for the position, you can imagine I didn't get it. They didn't even get an interview. They didn't even interview me for the position when I was the leading candidate. I'm not salty. It's fine. A lot of jobs have come and gone, but we have had 2 clubs offer us jobs. Still interviewing. I just had an interview with Volta Redonda. Not 100% sure. They were like, yeah, we're just basically going to get relegated. And I think Series C is the lowest league. So I'm kind of like, do I really want to take that? Last time I took a job and got sacked because of a relegation, we ended up winning the Champions League with Genk. But do I want to do that again? We do have 2 offers on the table at the moment. So Limavady and Curzon Ashton. I've never been Limavady's leading candidate at all. Like the entire time since they offered me the job 3 weeks ago, because I've delayed it twice. I was never the favourite. Curzon Ashton, I am favourite. I have been offered the job, but this is about the Limavady, because I did ask to delay it because this morning I had an interview in Brazil. So I think, do we reject this job? You can't get relegated. That's that's nice. I do like the idea of that, but I don't really want to manage in Northern Ireland, so we're going to walk away. The one thing about the Brazilian job is they already have a director of football in place, so yeah, I don't think for 200 quid I'm not gonna move to Northern Ireland. You can see Ajax have a position available for manager. Erik ten Hag has gone off and taken charge of Newcastle, which is why Ajax are now looking for a manager, which obviously makes a lot of sense. We are just about to hit August, and I've not taken the job yet. If we do take the Curzon Ashton job, we are expected to finish bottom. So I'm also weary of that. So I don't know. We'll be back in a second though when I get offered Curzon Ashton and we decide, because I might get an interview with another club. I have to wait and see. I've had a couple of interviews and failed, which is quite annoying. But yeah, we'll be back in just a second to see any updates. It's it's not looking great so far. Right, fellas. So we have now. You'll have seen in the last section of this episode that we rejected that Northern Irish team. We've just delayed Volta Redonda yesterday. I was looking at it. They're like the bottom two in each group gets relegated. There's 4 games left. They play like 2 of the top 4. I don't think it's actually possible. The Gremio team here, I think we were in for them. We are. Yeah. We've applied for them. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we have to take the Curzon Ashton job. Because if we don't, then we could end up without anything. And it is the 4th of August. We've been a month and 2 days in this save without a job. So we're going to take it. 575 quid a week. Can we get them to 600? 600? They've accepted it. So Curzon Ashton is where we're going to be starting this save. I was kind of hoping for something abroad, but never managed Curzon Ashton before. So we'll see how we get on. They're expecting 21st position, so they must have done something, because they were 22nd when I applied for it. Okay, so they expect 4-2-3-1 as our best 11. They want us to work within the wage budget. I'm not going to be partaking in that, my friend. Backroom staff, I just get every fortnight, because every week seems a little bit too often, in my opinion. Volta Redonda, I'm sorry. We could have done something together, but I've chosen not to. We've had a lot of players at the end of their contract. Also, something I won't be doing is contracts. That is my director of football's job. So I'm going to be setting up the responsibilities in the not too distant future. They want us to avoid relegation, which we need to. We're currently spending just over 4,000 a week. If we pop it up to avoid relegation battle, get an extra like 100 quid. That's grand. We'll just leave it at avoid relegation, because that is what I want to do. So I will do that in a second. So we still have a couple more friendlies to go. So first game is against Chester. Chester expected to finish 8th. Leamington, Mr. Lelujo, 22nd in the league. Have we done any transfers so far? 4th to 6th, 1st to 7th. So we brought in Jordan Lussey. Is a footballer. Non-contract. Fantastic. Good job, my friends. Scott Wilson is also something of a footballer. He's played 15 games in his career. Ex-Burnley. Interesting. Have we shifted anyone on? Cameron Mason, goalkeeper, has left fine. And Noah Stokes is an Australian who doesn't really look like a footballer, but he's played 11 times last season for us. That is fantastic. That shows exactly how we are. Team cohesion is abysmal. Fantastic. The managerial part, we've got strong influence over many of our players. We don't have many players. We have 18 players. Fantastic. Craig Hobson, never heard of him, is 6'2", and this is his second attempt at playing for Curzon Ashton. Has played one game in his entire career for us. And he's very much a non-league man who went off to Wales for a season. First one jumped out at me because he had 2-star, current, and a potential. A lot of players don't have any contracts, which is fine. Craig Mahon, I partly guessed. I was like the ex-Wigan guy. Indeed, he is. He's had a glittering career in non-league. I think he's a coach as well. Yeah, coach as well. So yeah, we don't have a big squad. We only have under 18s. That's it. Okay, so we only have 18 players. What do my assistant thinks? Route 1, direct counterattack, or park the bus. I see where this is going. So we're going to be back tomorrow for a roundup of any transfers, if we can bring players in. We do have a little bit of money in the bank. And like I said, we do have a little bit of wage budget. It's not terrible. So we'll see how we're getting on. We have very little scope budget. But I think what I might do is just whack the majority of that out, because they're not going to, like, I can't imagine our director of football is going to do an awful lot. Just smash it all into wage budget, and yeah, let's call it good. Yeah, so we'll have a look and see what we're going to do. I play with this. I might actually manage some friendlies for a change. I only ever manage friendlies in international football, but we might have to do it here. I'm curious, because sometimes when you take a job, you're still favoured for a different job. I know I wasn't favoured for any of these jobs, but we still played for them. So there's a chance that one of these clubs could come along and be like, hey, now you have a job. We're actually kind of interested. Yeah, I did ask for a coaching badge. They were like, no. So we might have a look and see what we can do. Coaching badges. See if we can get one. But we're not going to worry about that too much right now. The next episode, we're going to be taking on Chester and have a look at any and all transfers that we do. Potentially play Guiseley as well. I might go back to doing 2 matches an episode. We'll have to wait and see what happens. And we have the second qualifying round for the FA Cup, which should be interesting. Oh, I'm playing the Bill Base FA Trophy. Fantastic. So if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends. This is going to be fantastic. Oh, believe me, this is going to be amazing. Everything's going to be perfectly fine. Nobody has to worry about anything. We're not going to get relegated. 9 days till the league kicks off. Delightful. Thank you for watching, fellas, and I will see you in the next one.